Hello and welcome in EduHappy tutorials. This is going to be our first video in the tutorials. In this video, we will guide you through how to get started with EduHappy. And in order to get started, you need to build the foundations of EduHappy. Once you have built the foundations, then you can start testing other systems under the platform. So in order to get started, you need first to log in the admin portal here. And this is a demo account that I have just created for the demo purposes. It's just like the account that you have created if you subscribe to the trial version. So I'm going to log in here in the portal and the admin portal, and once we logged here, this is the dashboard, and on the left you can find the menu items that controls and manage all the systems, the systems and functionalities of the platform. So first of all, the first step, you need to create a school. So click here and create a new school. So I'm going to create a demo school, like let's say EduHappy school, and then select the country, select a name, a city name. There are some other fields that are optional, so you can just leave them. And here you need to select the weekends. And when you select the weekends, it will impact the scheduling system, because the schedule will determine what are the working days. So you need to determine here what are the weekends. So click save. Once you save, the new school is created. Once you created the school, go ahead to the next step and create the academic year. The academic year is the start and end date of each year in the school. So now you can just give it a name here and link it to the school. Give it a start and end date. So let's say it will start in that date and it will end in that date. And in the same time, you need to select the number of terms under that academic year. So if you have, let's say, 2 terms, the system will show you the terms here to enter the details of each term. If you select 4, so the system will automatically display 4 terms and so on. If you don't have any terms under the school year, the academic year, just key in 0, and that's it. It will not ask you to create a school term. I'm gonna create 1 term at least, so let's create term 1 and give it a date here. This is the start and end date of the term, and it's important to note that you cannot select dates here which is out of the range of the academic year dates. Then you can select here the vacation dates, and the vacation dates is the separator between the terms. So if you have 2 terms, you need to separate between them with the vacation start and end date, and then click save. Once you click save, the system here confirms that the new academic year successfully created and the term entered successfully. Third step here is to create the grade, and the grades are like if you are a K-12 school, it's from grade 1 to grade 12. If you are a college or a university or so, if you have 4 or 5 years academic years in the college or the university, then you can call it year 1, year 2, and so on. So here you need to select the school and then create the grade name here. Once you created the grade name, you just need to give the passing percentage, and the passing percentage is a parameter that the system will use to determine if the student is entitled to be promoted to the next grade. Max possible points here will be used in the grading system, and we'll talk about this in our grading system tutorial video. And the grade index is the order of the grade. So if the student is in grade 1 and we want to promote the student to the upper grade, then the system will look at the index and then we'll see what is the upper index or the next index, and then promote the student accordingly. So if we are here in grade 1, we should give grade index 1. If we are grade 2, we should give grade index 2, and so on. And then just click save. Once you created the grade, now we go ahead and move to the fourth step, which is creating the classroom. Once we are here, we need to select the school and the grade that this classroom belongs to. And the classroom is a grouping of students, physical grouping of students under a certain grade. So for example, if you have 100 students under one grade, you need to group them under classrooms. So you need to create the classroom and link it to the grade. So we'll give it a name here and then just save. Then the fifth step here is to create a course. Just create one course at least. And in order to create the course, we need to select the school name and the grade. And the course is actually the subjects. So it's just English, math, science, and so on. You give it points, which we'll talk about in the grading system later on in our tutorial in the grading system. Attendance weight. Also, we'll talk about this in the grading system. Attendance points affects the attendance grading, the attendance system. So if we give the attendance point 10 and if we give the present point 10, for example, that means if I mark the student as present, then the system will understand that his score in this session in terms of attendance will be 10 out of 10, which is 100%. And so on. So for absent, for example, if we give absent points 5 and if the student is absent, then the system will mark the session 5 out of 10, which is 50%. And so on here for the late, for the excuse, and so on. By the way, if the course doesn't have any attendance weight in the grading, so you can put zeros. So there is no problem about that. It's up to you. Here you need to determine if the course is core or elective. If you select yes, then the course is going to be elective. If you no, it means the course is in core courses. And then you select here or leave this checked if you want this course contribute to the final grading in the grading report. And you also leave this as is if you want the grading, this course appear in the grading report. Save. So next step is to go and create student. When we create the student, we need to select the school, the grade, and the class that this student belongs to. Now, this is something like enrollment of the student into the school and the grade and the class. To give the student the names, let's say we'll name him student 1, for example, and just go ahead and continue entering the other details. We'll address here, so we'll also give some details, the mandatory details. You don't have to worry about the optional ones, no problem. Then give birth date, any birth date. And then we'll talk about the route name in the transportation management system. So we'll leave it like this. And then we can create a username and a password for that student. And this login information, the student will be using it in order to log in to the student portal. So click save. The system has created the student successfully. Last step is to create the teacher. However, since the teachers require authority matrix and it requires some longer explanations, and we don't want to make this video longer than this, we will talk about the teachers in a separate video, which we will call it part 2. I hope it is helpful. We'll meet you in other videos for more systems in more tutorials. Thank you.